Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You're looking good in that seat. I have a question for Mr. Dreyer. You mentioned in your testimony that the Biden administration has prioritized union contractors and on taxpayer-funded projects. Why do you believe the administration, I mean, this is just a basic question, why do you believe they're pursuing that policy?
The common theme today has been workforce shortage. By having that mandate in place, we're limiting competition, right? We're limiting the amount of open shop contractors that can bid that project. And the result is increased costs, right? It only exacerbates the current challenges that are facing us right now.
And those costs are bore on the taxpayer.
On the taxpayer, less competition, right? Challenges the workforce leads to increased costs.
So would it be safe to say that we're getting less roads, getting less bridges, less infrastructure for our same dollars?
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
recently, we had some nice opportunities, nice projects that fit Chimbro very well. We had to pass on them because of the PLA mandates.
And the time delays that this might create, give me some real world.
Just the overall duration of the job, right? And just tying that back to workforce shortages and some of the permitting challenges. In our world, time is money, right? Any delays in the permit process, you bid a job, sometimes the permit, you don't get the permit until 3 months into it, ends up adding to the back end and drives up costs significantly.
Thank you. Mr. Boyd, I have a few questions for you, sir. Can you explain some of the permitting challenges that you're seeing?
I'm going to go back to an earlier statement, going back to WOTUS, and that's been our biggest challenge from an aggregate industry. And it seems there's not been a lot of clarity around WOTUS, and it seems to be changing. From an aggregate facility, we're looking 10, 20 years out. And we don't need to make a financial decision or a business decision based on what is. And so we would like some clarity around WOTUS.
Well, I hear from farmers all the time about WOTUS, but can you elaborate on how it impacts you in aggregate?
Anytime you move dirt, anytime you do any stripping, clearing, whether it be trees or whatever, obviously you got to do some pre-work to see if you have blue streams, blue water, anything that will fall under WOTUS. So anytime you turn any dirt over, WOTUS seems to get involved.
Okay, so you can't, anytime you move dirt at all, you've got to get permitting for it.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on the importance of having construction materials excluded? I've noticed that in your testimony that you said that they were excluded in what was a bipartisan legislation, but the new rules threaten to have this aggregate material now included in the Buy America.
That's correct. The industry has asked for aggregates, cement, liquid asphalt, and other building materials to be excluded from Buy America. And the reason being is some of the country is unable to source those local materials, whether it be aggregates in the Gulf Coast area, liquid asphalt, which is the binder that goes in a hot mix, that has historically come from Canada. And if these products are not excluded, obviously there's going to be a significant increase in cost. Great possibility of projects not even being able to get done. Mm-hmm. And if they are get done, the transportation cost is probably going to make them not feasible.
Well, I talked to people today. In fact, I talked to someone who's building a home, and they were shocked at the price of concrete. And so this would only exacerbate that problem.
Yes, it would. A lot of cement is imported.
Thank you.